Connemara is a district in the west of Ireland, the boundaries of which are not well defined. Some define it to be the land contained by Killary Harbour, the Maam Valley, Lough Corrib. A line from there to the sea at Barna and the Atlantic Ocean. The historical territory of Connemara, as defined by the 17th-century historian Ruaidhrí Ó Flaithbheartaigh in his book West or H-Iar Connaught, was coextensive with the barony of Ballynahinch. This is a broad peninsula stretching from Killary Harbour on the north to Kilkieran Bay on the south. The boundary runs from the north along the spine of the Maumturk Mountains, then along a series of small rivers and across upland west of Maam Cross, eventually following the course of the Invermore River before meeting the sea west of the Ros Muc Peninsula. Overview: the term Connemara is frequently used to describe all of County Galway west of Lough Corrib. Some argue that this is incorrect. It is also used to describe the Gael tract of western County Galway. Again, some argue that this too is inaccurate, as some of these areas are outside of the traditional boundary of Connemara. Some also argue that it is not correct to say that Connemara's eastern boundary ends around Barna, just on the outskirts of Galway city, or at Maam Cross. Etymology: Connemara derives from the tribal name Connemara, which designated a branch of the Connacht, an early tribal grouping that had a number of branches located in different parts of Connacht. Since this particular branch of the Connacht lived by the sea, they became known as the Connemara. The area in the east of what is now Connemara was called Díobnatawa de Locha. Geography: Connemara lies in the territory of H-Iar Connaught, West Connacht, which is the portion of County Galway west of Lough Corrib. Connemara was traditionally divided into North Connemara and South Connemara. The mountains of the 12 Bens and the Owenglyn River, which flows into the sea at Clocher en Clifton, marked the boundary between the two parts. Connemara is bounded on the west, south and north by the Atlantic Ocean. Connemara's land boundary with the rest of County Galway is marked by the Invermore River, Lough Corrib, and the western spine of the Maumturk Mountains. In the north of the mountains, the boundary meets the sea at Killary, a few miles west of Ballynahinch. Connemara is composed of the Catholic parishes of Carna, Clifton, Ballynahinch, Roundstone and Innisbofin. The territory contains the civil parishes of Moiras, Ballynahinch, Omi, Ballindoon and Innisbofin. History: the Acadhla clan were the rulers of Connemara up until the 13th century, when they were displaced by the Ó Flaithbheartaighs. The latter had fled into H-Iar Connaught from Maysola during the English invasion of Connacht in the early 13th century. Like the Acadhla clan, the Mac clan was also a branch of the Connemara. Comedian Billy Connolly visits Connemara, looking for his descendants, during his 2002 World Tour of England, Ireland and Wales series. The coast of Connemara consists of a number of peninsulas. The peninsula of Iora's Aimtheach in the south is the largest and contains the villages of Carna and Kilkieran. The peninsula of Erismore consists of the area west of the village of Ballynahinch. Erisbeg Peninsula lies to the south of the village of Roundstone. The Irilanan Peninsula lies just south of the town of Clifton. The peninsulas of Kingstown, Coolacloy, Orris, Coogan and Renville are found in the northwest of Connemara. Of the numerous islands off the coast of Connemara, Innisbofin is the largest. Other islands include Omi, Inishuk, High Island, Friars Island, Feenish and Mornis. The main town of Connemara is Clifton. The area around the town is rich with megalithic tombs. The famous Connemara green marble is found outcropping along a line between Streamstown and Lysorta. It was a trade treasure used by the inhabitants of the prehistoric time. It continues to be of great value today. It is available in large dimensional slabs suitable for buildings as well as for smaller pieces of jewelry. It is used for the pendant for the Scouting Ireland Chief Scouts Award, the highest award in Irish Scouting. Transport: Connemara is accessible by the bus Permel Irian and City Link bus services. From 1895 to 1935 it was served by the Midland Great Western Railway branch that connected Galway City to Clifton. The railway line is still visible on the N59. Air Aran Island serves the Aran Islands from Connemara Airport in the south of Connemara, also known as Airport na Minna. Irish language: The population of Connemara is 32,000. There are between 20,000 to 24,000 native Irish speakers in the region, making it the largest Irish-speaking Gaelic tract. Notable towns and villages: Barna, Ballynahinch, Ballynahinch, Connaught, Carrow, Clontarf, Kilkieran, Clifton, Invermore, Kilkieran, Leigh-Naun, Letterfrack, Lettermore, Lettermullen, Maum, Altered, Recess, Renville, Ros Muc, Roundstone, Spiddal. Notable islands: Innisbuffin, Omey Island. Other uses: French singer Michel Sardou had an international hit with the song Les Lacs du Connemara in 1981. The Irish drinking song The Hills of Connemara has been recorded and performed by a number of Irish and Celtic-themed bands. Poet Carl Sandburg's home of 22 years in Flat Rock, North Carolina, which is now a national monument, is named after the Connemara region. Connemara Chaos is a region of chaotic terrain on Jupiter's moon Europa. The Connemara pony is a breed of horse. Connemara is also the name of a brand of Irish whiskey produced at the Cooley Distillery. Annalistic references: 807. A slaughter was made of the Conmagny by the foreigners. Notable people associated with Connemara: John Ford, the American film director, and winner of 4 Academy Awards, whose real name was Sean Owaney, was the son of John Augustine Feeney from Spiddal, and directed the classic film The Quiet Man in nearby Cong, County Mayo. H-Iar Connaught is an Irish politician, and is the current European Commissioner for Research, Innovation and Science. Was born in Connaught. Richard Martin, Northern Mariana Islands, known as Humanity Dick, was born in Ballynahinch Castle, Ballynahinch, and represented Galway in the House of Commons. Michael Morris, 3rd Baron Killannin, was president of the International Olympic Committee, and lived at the family seat in Spiddal. Patrick Ney, Irish-born American mobster in South Boston, member of the Mullen Gang and associate of Irish-American mobster Whitey Bulger. Maumturk Mountains was one of the most prominent Irish-language writers of the 20th century, and wrote the Irish-language classic Ra Copyright Ná Sil, was born in Connemara. Peter O'Toole, the noted actor of stage and screen, who achieved stardom in 1962 playing T.E. Lawrence in Lawrence of Arabia, was born in Connemara in 1932, according to accounts of his life. Padraig Pearse, who was one of the leaders of the Easter Rising in 1916, owned a cottage near Ros Muc, where he spent his summers learning the Irish language and writing. Maharaja Jam Sahib of Nawanagar, an Indian prince and cricket player, was the first head of state to make an official visit to the newly founded Irish Free State, bought Ballynahinch Castle Estate and visited the area every year till his death in 1932. Tim Robinson, a cartographer, has lived many years in Connemara and published books on the area. Grain Soig, the Irish TV presenter and journalist, who has worked for TG4, RTE, Sky and the BBC, is a native of Spiddal. Martin Thornton was a heavyweight boxer, nicknamed the Connemara Trusher. He was the Irish heavyweight boxing champion in 1943, and fought Bruce Woodcock for the British heavyweight title in 1945. Ludwig Wittgenstein, an Austrian philosopher, was a temporary resident, for some months in 1948, at Ruaidhrí on Killary Harbour. See also: Shiantar Nawan O'Lean, Joyce Country. Alcock and Brown's first non-stop flight across the Atlantic crash-landed near Clifton, Aran Islands. Connacht Irish, Connemara Heritage and History Centre, Connemara National Park, Lough Corrib, the 12 Pins and Maumturk Mountains, the Western Way, the Connemara Pony, Wild Atlantic Way. References: Acrographical description of West or H-Iar Connaught, written AD 1684 by Ruaidhrí Ó Flaithbheartaigh Esquire, with notes and illustrations by James Hardiman MRIA, Irish Archaeological Society, 1846.